If we say, I have money coming my way, if we say, I'm not so expensive, there are other people who are way more expensive than me, I'm giving quality and quantity, and I am giving what my clients need, that bleeds into what you're sharing, and attitude bleeds into what you're doing, and those people will come. There's always going to be some negativity. We can't help it, right? There's sometimes when we want to step outside of our fear, we need to say it out loud. We need to look in the mirror and say, today is going to be a really good day. And today I'm going to get this done, that done, the other done. I'm going to post 3 times. I'm going to do whatever it is I've got to do, but I'm going to feel good about it when it's done. And I'm going to communicate those changes to my clients, and they're going to be happy with them.
Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, coaches, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to the needs of you, the practicing natural therapist. We have interviews during the holiday season and business and mindset support each week, so you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in your practice. Don't forget to subscribe to receive the weekly episodes. And if you want to connect with me, always check the show notes, because that's where you'll find the links to book appointments and, of course, to join the Academy, the membership group, where there's constant connection and community with like-minded practitioners. Now, let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How the devil are you? How's it going? What have you been up to? I've been quite busy. As I told you last week, we're renovating at the moment, so there's lots going on around here. So finding time and space to record is actually quite difficult. There's a lot of banging and crashing. So I've got a window today, so I'm going to do a bit of batching. So what am I going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about raising your prices. So raising our prices in the springtime, is it the perfect time to raise your prices? Well, it might actually be, because it's time to align your pricing with your value. Is that what you're doing? So I talked last week about spring cleaning, about making sure that we're ready to go, that we'd looked at our offers. So now it might be time to look at your offers in relation to how much you're charging. Now, I don't know if I told you, I think I did. A while ago, I decided to change my Monday group from 3 sessions a month to 2 sessions a month, but that resulted in a price drop. Now, nobody wants to drop their price on anything. The people who are in the group are like, oh, lovely. We're only coming twice a month anyway, but as it turns out, now they're only being charged. It's $120 a month instead, so less than a client. Does that align with you? Well, it does align with me. I'm only seeing people twice a month. I'm not seeing them 3 times a month. Yes, the messenger chat is still going on, but the expectation is that we all help each other in the messenger chat. It's not just me answering questions, and that we all support one another. Yes, a pay cut because I dropped the price, but I also dropped the time. So rather than, what is that? I can't remember what it's called. There's a special name for it. You'll know what I'm talking about, when they decrease the portion size but leave the price the same. Well, I'm not going to decrease the portion size and leave the price the same. My price changes. So how does yours align with what you're doing? Now, I've spoken recently about shaking up how you deliver your services, whether you're delivering coaching, phone call, chat once a week, or what you're doing that's different. And that difference may mean that you can charge more or less, or have another tier to your pricing. So if you're cringing about your fees and what you're charging and all of those things, it's time to stop doing that, because money does make the world go round. And no, you're not going to be a billionaire, let alone a millionaire, being a natural therapist. Some people do really well on it, let's be honest. But the majority of us, we're either part-time or we do this as a hobby. There's lots of hobbyists out there. That's fine. You do you, right? You do it how it suits you the best. But you have to remember as well that your degree cost you a lot of money. Your education was expensive and it needs to be paid off. So there has to be some work go towards paying off that very expensive education. So let's look at some simple pricing review questions. Are you factoring in your prep time, your admin time, your extras? And are you still aligning with your original structure? So that might be that you've changed the way you're servicing your clients. You're seeing them as I said, there's telephone calls involved. Because if you shake it up, then people don't mind if you're top end pricing because you've shaken it up. So in my one-to-one pricing, I left the price the same recently when I reduced the number. So the Monday group, the clinical group, I dropped the price and reduced the number of times I'm seeing people. In my one-to-one system, I kept the price the same. I reduced the number of times I see people, but I've added in their opportunity to choose one course. Okay. So they're actually getting more value. We're getting through the work. We're getting them up and running, and they're getting a course in the bargain. So there's a bonus there. So what bonus can you add? So the portion size did not, in that case, get smaller. The portion size probably got bigger than what it was already. But because I've noticed that people tended to be done at about 6 appointments, and then they always get a 7th one anyway because they're in the Monday group, I was able to look at it and go, you know what? It is actually more aligned with what they're doing, with what I'm doing, to be able to do it in this way. There is, of course, the one-to-one where I include all the extras. We get your website up and running. We do all, we've got a VA. She starts your social media. She does all those things for you. Sort out any video you want to put on your website. That's remained the same. That's the same cost. That hasn't changed at all because all of those things you're doing, these people need paying. It's the same number of hours. Nothing's changed there if that's how you want to do it. If you just want to, have a social media VA to help you out, then we do that too. We figure that out. You just contact me. But when you want that one-to-one, again, I realigned it. I looked at it. I thought, how is this going to work best for the mentee as well as for me? How can I make sure that they get the most out of this 90-day program? All right. So I aligned it to what I was doing, and that is totally okay. You can align things too. Well, we do need to communicate this change with confidence. And that was easy for me to do. I'd looked at it. I've looked at my Monday clinical group and gone, you know what? Twice a month is enough. You're all only turning up twice a month anyway because you're all so busy. So let's make this very much the collaborative community that we want it to be, and that people turn up and you've got something to say and you get the support that you need, and that support's still ongoing. Okay. And I dropped the price to coincide with it. The one-to-one, I didn't drop the price, and I am confident, and I've had people on it since I've changed it, and they've been happy with those changes. So, I get a course. I need the confident consulting practitioner course. So there it is. I want the pediatric course. Here it is. I want the done for you. Here it is. Because that for them is like, actually, I need those things, but I need this too. So I can have those as part of that one-to-one mentoring. So when we look at it, we go, yeah, this is how it works better. So I want you to look through what you've got to see how much you're spending. There is a spreadsheet in the downloads. I'm pretty sure that you can make a copy of, and you can work out how much things are costing you. Pretty sure it's in the downloads. So go and check it out. We need to be able to communicate changes with confidence. They may not be big changes. They may not be changes that affect all your clients. So if you put up your first time client cost, that's not going to affect all your old clients, is it? It only affects new clients. So they're not going to know what they were paying before unless you put it out there as a promotion saying, I'm about to put my prices up. Book in while old prices still in play. And then they'll know, and hopefully they'll book in. But that advertising will have fallen off by the time new clients come along and they pay the new price. It's a great idea to use bonuses. So rather than discounts. So I don't consider dropping the price of the Monday group to be a discount. It's not a discount because it's a set price. It doesn't change. If you're in the academy, the price comes off the 120. So some people are now paying 60 or 70, depending on what they're paying to be in the academy. So for everyone, it's different, but there are no discounts. All right. What we've got are bonuses. So in that one-to-one time with me, there is now the bonuses, that additional option of a course. What course do you want? Which one is the one you want? Okay. So with our clients, what about creating those spring wellness bundles? Well, what about creating a diet sheet? You can do that on ChatGPT so that you can sell that or offer it as a bundle for someone as part of the appointment bonus. Maybe you could create a program that has an analysis in it and has a retail registered price, and you say, well, I'm going to give this, you do this analysis, you have the consult with me, you have follow-up consult, that you've created a package. And as part of that package, because the total cost of that is, I have no clue, let's make up a number. It's $600 for these 2 appointments and for this analysis. But on top of this, you will get the results from this analysis, and you will also get this bonus of these recipes or this diet diary or something, rather. You will get these other bonuses. So they go, okay, it's going to cost me $600, which is a high price, but at the same time, I'm getting all this other stuff that goes with it. So it's worth doing. The other thing, when we're pitching this stuff, whatever it is you're going to pitch, whatever it is that you're going to start telling people about, it's soft. It's not a hard sell. Because remember, we don't want to be salesy, do we? We want to do it as a soft way of doing it. We want to be able to say, hey, I'm available on Friday at 3 and on Saturday at 1. I've got an appointment available. If nobody books in, because that's lunchtime on Saturday and school pickup on Friday. So you're always empty on those 2 times. It's really annoying and you really want to fill those spots, right? So instead of just saying, I'm available 3 o'clock on Friday and 1 o'clock on Saturday, we say 3 o'clock on Friday is available. If you book in now, you'll get the bonus of diary or a food plan or something or other, something you can smash out really easily or something you already have. Okay. Because we want to support our clients. We want to create for our clients, but we don't want to overwhelm ourselves, and we still need to be earning money. So there's all this, cost of living crisis, cost of living crisis. When hasn't there been a cost of living crisis? Answer me that. It's always been difficult to do anything. Yes, buying a house now is ludicrous. I don't know how anybody can ever do it ever again. But at the same time, people are still doing it. So yes, there's a cost of living crisis, but at the same time, there's always going to be tough. We're always going to be doing it tough because of the way the world works, politics works, behaviors of others work. All of the things, they're all out there, and we've got a choice. We can flow into the, oh no, woe is me, cost of living crisis, my clients will never see me. So what are you manifesting? That's right. You're manifesting people not to come and see you. You're manifesting that you're too expensive. You're manifesting. And when we say manifesting, this stuff bleeds into your copy. This stuff bleeds into what you're doing. All right. If we say, I have money coming my way, if we say, I'm not so expensive, there are other people who are way more expensive than me. I'm giving quality and quantity, and I am giving what my clients need. That bleeds into what you're sharing. Attitude bleeds into what you're doing, and those people will come. There's always going to be some negativity. We can't help it, right? Because on our shoulder, we've got a little voice going, well, don't do that. That's really scary. And that's your own inner voice telling you. There's sometimes when we want to step outside of our fear, we need to say it out loud. We need to look in the mirror and say, today is going to be a really good day. And today I'm going to get this done, that done, the other done. I'm going to post 3 times. I'm going to do whatever it is I've got to do, but I'm going to feel good about it when it's done. And I'm going to communicate those changes to my clients, and they're going to be happy with them. There will be some who won't be. That's always the way. Not everyone is going to be happy with everything all of the time, but that's life, isn't it? They change the milk product they use in an ice cream and it all tastes horrible, or they start using something else in something and it's no longer as good as it was. Always. They change the fabric on your favorite pair of jeans, and so your next pair of jeans isn't as nice as the old pair. Things are always going to change. Things are always going to be different. That's part of growth. It's part of sharing, and it's part of all of this energy. We've got to check our energy, and we have to put the right energy into what we're doing. And that includes raising our prices, setting our boundaries, and rethinking where things aren't working. Maybe that Friday at 3 o'clock is the time you should be having lunch. Maybe that 1 o'clock on a Saturday is the time to do the live in your Facebook group rather than expect a client to turn up. How can you rejig things? How can you change things so that you are earning the money you want to earn, whether that be raising your prices, whether that be cutting something, whether that be changing something like I've done, so that we can reduce prices, increase prices, whatever it is. You have to be confident with it. You have to share it confidently. And you can give your reason why. I had a client come years and years ago, and I had a sign on my wall saying there was a concession amount. I gave $10 off for children and for concession card holders. This man arrived. He's like, oh, discount for concession card holders. Oh, I'm a concession card holder. And I just looked at him straight in the face. I said, do you need it? The simple fact is it's only for people who need it, because I still have to pay my mortgage and I have no background income. This is my income. So do you need it? And he went, oh no, I don't need it. That's fine. Walked back to his car because I went to the post box at the same time. I was in between clients, and he hopped in his Mercedes and he drove away. So let's not judge the amount of money people do or don't have. Let's not judge what there's going on in their mind about money. And let's just make sure we're covering our costs, we're making some money, and we feel comfortable with what we're doing. Because you can feel comfortable. You can manifest what you want. You can manifest the number of clients. But if the other words are bleeding into that manifestation of the good things, cost of living crisis, but I can have 10 clients a week, that's not going to work, is it? We have to really think or think the thoughts, I think is what I meant to say. We've got to look at it, do the math. How many weeks in a year are you working? How many days in a week are you working? How is that going to cover your costs? How is that going to cover the cost of your admin, maybe a VA, maybe somebody to help you out, maybe me? How's that going to afford to do one-to-ones with me? What is it you're going to do? Let's put that positive thinking cap on and let's do it that way. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the session today. I don't know if I've told you off a little bit. Hopefully, I've really got you thinking about moving it forward, moving the dial forward, maybe increasing your prices, getting rid of what you don't need. The spring clean theme is still going on. Let me know how you go, because I'd love to hear from you. So I look forward to catching up with you on the next cast. Please scroll down and leave me a review. I'd really appreciate that. It would be lovely if you could. So I'm going to leave it there. Have a good one, and I look forward to catching up with you on the next cast. See ya.
Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.